Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be telling you 5 such reasons why Germany may not be the right place for you. Now, I always talk about the pros of going to Germany. It's a great place to be, but at the same time, some people, and this is only for a particular group of people, why Germany may not be a great place to live. Now, I connected with some people who have been in Germany for over 10 years. I actually connected with 2 of these people, and they gave me their insights, and I want to bring those insights to you in this video. So 5 such points, let's go. Point number 1, if you expect to get by without learning the German language, you are going to have a very hard time in Germany. So it may not be the right choice for you if you're not interested in learning German. Let me tell you why. As much as you may think, hey, look, I'm from the IT field, I may get a job, or if you're from non-IT field, by the way, getting a job is going to be even harder, right? So even if you get a job, your co-workers, your relationships with other people outside the office as well, there's your social life. All of these things are going to be affected. 100%, I can guarantee you that. Okay, and let's say if you ever get to a point where you have to give out some official documentation, it may be for some purposes such as immigration, something like that, where you have to deal with the government. Well, chances are most of those documents are going to be in the German language as well. So that's also where it's going to take a toll on your life. So not only do you need to learn how to speak and listen to German, but you also need to know how to read and write in German, at least a little bit, right? So all of these things will contribute to your success in Germany. Let's move on to point number 2, and that is, if you need the sugarcoat culture, Germany may not be for you. Let me tell you what the sugarcoat culture is. If you have been to places like the US, like maybe Italy, like Spain, all of these places, people are usually trying to be very nice to you. If you go to maybe a cashier, they'll ask you about your day, they'll ask you how you're doing today. All these small things that may not matter to a lot of people in other countries, but if you're from one of these countries, or a similar country, it may matter to you. Or even when people are criticizing you from these countries, they will try to tell you like, look, we love what you're doing over here, and we love this, we love that, but maybe you could just work slightly on this thing, something like that. So this is how people from these countries would usually try to criticize you as well. They'll try to sugarcoat everything for you. But in case of Germans, that may not always be the case. You'll see that most of them are just very straightforward, they're most direct, and they'll just try to give it to you as it is. So you may get offended by it a little bit sometimes. So if these sort of things emotionally affect you a lot, Germany may not be the right place for you. Point number 3 is if you cannot deal with high taxes. And let me tell you, high taxes, I mean over here, are usually 30 to 40%, not more than that, but 30 to 40%. Now I know some countries usually have higher taxes as well when you combine them, but either way, that's pretty high tax, right? And the reason is that Germany is offering you a lot of good things. They have the world's best social security system. They have a universal healthcare system. They have a free education system. Now, somebody's got to pay for all of these things, right? And that is where the taxes come in. So for me, what I think is Germany is a great place to be, and the taxes are essentially just the cost of affording that place, right? It's the cost of all of these things that you're getting, all of these advantages that you're getting. There's a lot of other advantages that I cannot even cover in this video, but the taxes are pretty high in essence, and you are paying for something that you are getting in return that most countries do not offer you. So keep that in mind, but if you're not okay with paying high taxes, Germany may not be the right place for you. Point number 4, the customer is always right. If you're from one of the countries where people are always after the customer, they are doing whatever the customer wants, you've paid the money, so you want the service and you want it right now, well, Germany may not be the right place for you. Let's say you are at a bakery, you're having something you ate, and maybe later on you want the person to bring the check to you, that how much is your bill. Well, the person may just choose to step out for a smoke. It can happen like that. It doesn't mean that it always will happen, but in a German person's mind, that's not a bad thing. That's something that is completely okay, and you may have to wait 5-10 minutes just for that. So the customer is important, but it's not going to be like one of the countries where, hey, the customer is asking for it, give it to him, and give it to him right now, okay? And point number 5, which is my last point in this video, is that cold and bleak weather depresses you. Because you will see, if you actually go ahead and you check on Google also, that the sun is not something that you will see every single day in Germany. In fact, it only appears an average of 120 days per year. So the rest of the days, you will not even see the sun. Okay, so it's gonna be mostly cold. Apart from that, the summers are fine, but it's gonna be cold otherwise, and it's gonna be gloomy. The temperatures can drop as low as -7, 10 degrees Celsius at times, depending on where you are at, of course. But if you're not used to something like that, you can't really stay in a silent, cold environment and you get depressed. That's something that you should consider in advance, because that's something that you cannot really change about Germany. It's just based on the geographical location of the country, and really you can't really change the climate of that place, right? So if that's something that depresses you, you cannot deal with that, well, keep all of that in mind as well. So these are my 5 points that I want to talk to you about. If these points affect you a lot, Germany may not be the right fit for you. Now, I know most people would be okay with these points. They see the pros as well. So, most of the pros just outweigh the cons usually. But I think that it's important that you have all the facts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye and take care.